Alright, today we are making pupusas, but don't mind the mess. I'm still trying to put my stuff back after the exterminator came. Anyway, we are starting off with some cooked red kidney beans. I took out most of the liquid because we actually want these to be as dry as possible. Let me go ahead and focus on those. So, I'm going to mush these. They need to be as dry as possible, just because if they're too wet, they're also going to ruin the pupusa dough. And over here, I have water boiling that boiled for the dough. All right, now that the beans are mushed, we are going to cook them on low heat so they dry up as much as possible. All right, so I didn't show you guys exactly, how to do this, but basically what you want to do to make the quesillo is you want to take mozzarella cheese or whatever cheese you really want to use. I would say mozzarella, or there is cheese that they sell specifically for pupusas, with some milk, and let it soak for at least an hour so it gets this consistency. Alright, now that these beans are dry enough, we're going to turn them off and let them cool off while we work on the curtido. Alright, so now we're going to take these, and this is carrot, cabbage, some serrano, and onion, and slice them up real thin. And we're going to take the lemons that are somewhere over here. Oh, there they are. Whoops. And slice them up to add lemon juice to this. Alright, here is the cabbage, and we're going to put it in here. Here it is. Alright, now we're going to cut up the serrano and throw it in here. Alright, now I'm adding the onion that I forgot to show y'all that I cut off screen, but I will. Alright, now we have this carrot that I'm going to peel and throw in there. Alright, there's the carrot, and now I'm going to cut up the limes. Alright, so now that the lemon juice is up there, we're going to add a teeny bit of vinegar, a little bit of salt, good amount of black pepper, and some oregano. And we're going to mix that all together off screen. Alright, so now it's mixed. Normally pupusas come with a red sauce. Unfortunately, I do not have tomatoes, and the weather was too bad for me to go food shopping, so I actually will have to do that separately at some point. Alright, now we're going to turn this on, and we are going to let it get hot. Alright, so now I'm actually probably going to end up making both kinds because I just don't have enough of both flours. But from what I understand, pupusas are sometimes made with rice flour and just regular masa harina. Of course, they have water, and we have some oil over there. And we are going to just go ahead and make the masa harina ones first. Alright, so you can honestly use any neutral flavored oil. Anyway, there's the masa harina, and I'm going to use some water. And I'm going to need this off screen. Alright, so now I'm going to show y'all. We're going to take this little dough ball, and I'm going to try to for this. Give me a second. Alright, I had to do this on camera. Anyway, I have the beans, which are nice and dry, and I have my cheese. I'm going to grab a bowl so I can make a mixture of these two, and I'm going to leave a little bit of cheese in here by itself so I can just make some plain cheese ones. Alright, so we have like this much bean, and we're going to take it in. Okay, we can always rehydrate these if needed. I'm just going to do half of this for now, just in case we don't end up using all of this. I'm going to take half the thing of cheese. We're going to take the spoon from my rice cooker. We're going to put half a thing of cheese in there. And we're going to mix this together. Going to mix it in pretty good. That way, if we want some plain bean or more cheese and bean, or just some plain cheese, we got it. Alright, and just, you can smash them a little bit with the cheese to rehydrate them a little bit. So now with our dough, you're going to take a little ball, or a big one actually. Go ahead and make a big one, and you're just going to flatten it in your hands. It's not, if it doesn't turn out perfect, it's fine. It's a learning process. It took me a bit to actually be able to get to the point where I felt comfortable teaching you guys how to do it. So now, this is as flat as I think I'm going to be able to get it. You want to get like a little bit of filling, whatever filling you want, out of the just beans or cheese and beans. Don't overdo it, because if you do, you're not going to be able to close it. But you're going to take these edges and you're going to like hold them in on themselves. You're going to take that extra bit of dough and you're going to put it back. And you are going to slowly shape it. If you feel more comfortable going fast, that's fine too, especially for my Saudi cousins that know how to do this better than I can. And here you go. A pretty little pupusa, and we are actually going to sit there and go ahead and grease the kamado. Alright, now that we have this thing hot and oiled, we are just going to toss that in there. We'll press it down a little bit, and we're going to let it cook. Alright, so I'm going to go, I already went ahead and flipped this one. As you can tell, it's looking great. And I'm going to go ahead and flip those two. Alright, now that these are golden, we'll take them off the heat. Alright, this is the rice flour, and we're going to pretty much use the same technique on that. Alright, and this is what the rice ones look like. I'm about to flip them over. Alrighty, and that's what the other side looks like. These are all cheese. I have one that is the last bit of meat and cheese. I mean, cheese and beans. And I did have a little bit of leftover beans, but I'll save those for breakfast or something. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and take these off and put these in the plate. Put that one last pupusa up here. Alright, now that these are done, let me go ahead and, prepare one for my son. And here you go.